We brought this abandoned mobile home back from the edge. Saved it before it was hauled to the dump. But now comes the real work. The kind no one sees. Leveling, sealing, rebuilding. The things that keep a home standing for decades. Today, the goal is simple. Make the place strong and ready for repairs. We're setting perimeter blocks, digging trenches for electric, sealing the roof before rain season, and taking inventory of damage inside. There's still rot, broken studs, the ceiling to tear down, but each step brings us closer to turning this back into a home. This part isn't glamorous, but it's what everything rests on. The more precise the blocks are, the less the home fights against itself. Every bubble level that centers out feels like a little victory.
You like mine right here, Nick says I need to go up just a fraction on the end of the building. And then to get them to go up, it's tap tap and or jack jack.
Is that too loose?
Well, they got to be tight. Definitely got to be tight. You usually have to use. I usually have to use 2 hammers, one on each side. As long as it's tight and don't move. Good to go. In between here should be easy because we just leveled from here to there. That's why I do 2 hammers.
I struggle with my left hand.
Really?
You hold the left one up against and
Wrong.
He's swinging them both.
You do it. My hammer has hammers on the sides. You have a bigger range of motion when they're up and down.
I still struggle with my left
Oh, not me. I just.
you know how you help that?
practice.
Oh, hey, you guys are already up here. So, one of the many things we have to deal with today is we got to get the bad spots we do know of on this roof sealed so that we don't have continued damage. So, I'm going to work on that, give you guys a little bit of, show you guys a little bit of how that's going to work, and then we'll move into the next thing. We already know that this spot leaks, and I'm pretty sure right here is why. So we've got a very odd can. I guess this is some kind of funky top replacement to take care of the range hood venting, and then right there would have absolutely let the rain in. That nobody cleaned it before they installed it, which means it didn't hold. So one thing, when you do any of these elastomeric seals like this one, this area has to be clean or this is not going to stick. Wow, just look at how easy it peels up. They didn't clean any of this before they sealed it. That shouldn't just peel right up. It should be harder than you'd dream. So improper use of the product, it's not going to work like it's supposed to. Look at that, it's so dirty under there. Well, let's get working on it and we'll get it up here right so that we know that this is sealed so we don't get any more leak above the vent area. And somehow this thing is still in good shape. Amazing. Okay, this thing is so cracked out. We're just gonna have to replace it with a new vent of some kind. So my parents are picking up a flapper vent and bringing it so I can get that on tonight. We'll get the first coating of elastomeric seal on it, and then we should be safe for tonight, and then tomorrow I'll hit it again with another coat, and as many coats as it needs until I feel like it's not going to leak in here anymore. Looks like the parts have arrived.
Huh?
I said it looks like the parts have arrived. This is a view from the roof. There's the mighty Columbia River. So one of the next important things we're going to do here is clean it with a solvent that we know will immediately evaporate after cleaning. My solvent of choice up here, a lot of you old timers might know, it's just lighter fluid, which is a solvent. Enough roof goo here to seal up Fort Knox, right? So we're using a roofing screw with a EPDM washer on there, so they seal as well. So we've got the black rubberized below, elastomeric on top. It should create a pretty good seal. Just gotta give everybody an idea. Each one of these white spots, that's where I had to do some sealant on the roof. Okay, last week you seen us demo almost everything, but we have one more demolition job to go, and it's one that nobody likes to do. I've done this job 6 or so times in my past. Even I despise it. This ceiling is literally rotting out. So we're gonna have to remove the ceiling in the kitchen and in the living room so that we can make sure we don't have any damage up there in the rafters, and then prepare it for drywall. So that's the plan. We're gonna drywall the ceiling as well as the rest of the house. But before we can do that, someone's gotta be brave enough to rip it down, and today I am volunteering. But before I volunteer for such a fun task,
I need to get myself suited up so that I'm safe. Mask, eye protection, gloves, and a Tyvek protective suit. So let's see what we can do. Abracadabra. Now that I got my giant adult man-sized onesie on, it's time to get to work.
No, Luke. I am your father.
Well, other than being stuck in a man-sized onesie and feeling like I couldn't move and getting really hot and toasty, that wasn't too bad. Took me 2 hours. Got it down to pretty much nothing. Still got to do the cleanup with the staples and some final pull downs and stuff, but the main stuff is down on the floor where we can get all this bagged up and get some room to move back around in here again. I think my sister Betty's going to be here tomorrow to do a little bit of that, get some of it out of the way and bagged up so that it's just easy to get out of our way. And then all these little things got to come down. One thing, we do have one rafter that's soft and a little bit rotten, so I'm gonna have to reinforce it with better gussets, do a little bit of repair. I did see light coming through one hole up here, so I'm going to take care of that when I do the roof sealing. This front end at the kitchen was just covered in mouse poop, completely like mouse dens and everything. It was quite disgusting. And then the last thing, I'd already seen it from above. It looks like a tree or something must have fallen in here. So that's gonna have to be pushed up and fixed and made sure that there's no holes so we don't leak down above the window. All in all, it's quite the pile. Definitely gonna be quite the dump trip. So we'll work on getting all this cleaned up, and another busy week in Betty's house. So in case you haven't figured it out, what's going on now is we're working the opposite side of the home, just like we did on the other long side, replacing all the rim joists that are rotten, bad, and then we're going to double them up. So we have two 2x6 rim joists back to back, making essentially a 4x6 rim joist. It's going to strengthen up the home, support the drywall for us, be stronger all the way around. It also needs done before we put perimeter blocks on so that we know we can level the edges of the home. In our state in Oregon, perimeter blocks are required, so not just on the main frame, you gotta have them on the exterior at almost the same spacing. So I'll continue forth and see how far we can get today. We got Nick down here.
Hi, everybody.
Trench for the electric line. You gotta get power into the home. Unfortunately, we had to go under the home. Looks like he's almost there.
Screwdriver for a.
Just to like push it in.
That's okay, hon. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just get. They got so much they still have to do on replacing. This is just I'm trying to get it down to where holes are.
Okay.
Lyman's gonna remove that.
This?
Yep, gonna make it flat.
Oh, really?
Just the window will come to here
You didn't
because
want-
it was backed up with the semi trailer.
Oh.
Get it right here, busted it off.
Oh, yeah.
This is pretty all rotten. And he said he's gonna make the window here be on the wall. You know, he'll have a little ledge. It won't be all the way up there. We're still looking for another window that fits. This is our third weekend working on it.
Third weekend?
Yep.
Oh, no.
It was not on blocks that we tore up, and it had all the old paneling and sinks and everything.
Yeah.
So for 3 weekends, this is the third weekend.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work. We work after church. We come and help Lyman. He'll have the blocks all set up tomorrow. We just need to get this all sealed because we can't keep running and we can't work here. Hey, your turn to sign it off. I see you.
We end week 3. Got a little bit of roof repair done. Got the ceiling removed and the insulation out of here bagged up and removed. Some perimeter blocks up. Nick wants me to make sure you understand he got a trench dug. A lot of the cleaning up inside so we can start doing some of our repairs. So hopefully by next week we'll start to see some of the damaged studs get replaced and repaired, because it's not long after that we want to get this place house wrapped and dried in so we know that we can start insulating it with fresh insulation. Not bad for a big empty shell.
I don't know how many mouse poops fell out. I don't know how many staples probably got removed out of these rafters, but it was a lot. Maybe 10,000 mouse turds and 1,000 staples.
This way they're not too mad at us.
With the rim joist solid, the roof partially sealed, the ceiling and walls removed, we can finally breathe a little. Inside, we've cleared everything for repairs so we can start making the home solid again. It's the final push before we wrap this home and get ready to rebuild the walls for fresh insulation.
70 says, Mom says get ready to come and eat.
Next time, we hope to start the house wrap and prep for walls and windows. This is Betty's fresh start, and we're just getting warmed up. We hope to see you next week, and remember to tell yourself, I can fix that.